Good morning to all. Welcome back to our history class. Today we shall begin our history second chapter. Our chapter name is the establishment of company rule. Listen, what is our chapter name? The establishment of company rule. Which company may be? British East India Company. Listen, who was ruled here before British East India Company? Anybody has any idea? Who was here? Mughals. Mughals are ruled here before the establishment of a British rule in India. Who was the first emperor of Mughal Empire? Who was the first emperor of Mughal Empire? Babur. In which year he founded his power here? In which year? In 1526. In 1526, Babur founded Mughal Empire in India. During the period of Akbar and all, they had a wide country. They conquered almost all part of our country. That period and all, the Mughals had a wide area which was ruled by them. But when it reached into 1761, that vast empire was declined because of the inefficiency of that Mughal empires. Then at last, during the period of 1761, there was small kingdom was there under the control of a Mughal empires. Bengal, Awadh and Hyderabad. Which are that area? Bengal, Awadh and Hyderabad. Listen, when Babur established his power here in which year? In 1526. Then after his rule, his successors are very efficient and eminent persons, so that they tried to extend their country. Then at last, what happened? When it reached into 1761, Mughal Empire was declined and it is reduced into three small provinces. Which are the provinces are there under the control of Mughals at that period? Awadh, Bengal and Hyderabad. Listen, during the period of Mughals, the British East India Company reached here. Before that, we can study about what do you mean by mercantilism. Mercantilism. Listen, in order to protect the European trade, European countries are formed an organization. They were with what was their intention? To increase their profit. In order to protect the East India Company's trade, European trade, they formed an organization. They formed an what was the intention of that? To increase their profit. First, in order to protect them from another business or another countries, they were started mercantilism. Mercantilism means it is a trading enterprises. It is a trading enterprises who is aiming the buying the product in a cheap price and selling the product in a higher price. What was the aim of a mercantilist? Buying the product with one with a cheap price. And how they will sell that product? They will sell that product in a higher price. That was the main aim of a mercantilism. Mercantilism was why they formed mercantilism. They formed because in order to protect from other European countries, in order to ensure their protection, they formed a mercantilism. What was the aim of a mercantilism? Buying the goods with a less price and selling the goods with a higher price. That was the intention of a mercantilism. Mercantilism may be a new term for you. Is it clear to you? Mercantilism during 17th and 18th period century. 17th century to 18th century. That was the period of a mercantilism. Is it clear? Next, coming of East India Company, English East India Company. Coming of English East India Company. What do you mean by a East India Company? East India Company. East India Company is a private company which is run by the board of directors. East India Company is a private company which is run by the board of directors, which was established during 31st December 16th century. 16th century. In which day? 31st December. What do you mean by a English East India Company is a private company which is run by, how is this run by? It is a private run by a board of directors. Is it clear? Then what was their aim? Aim of a British East India Company? Monopoly of trade. Trade monopoly was the main aim of a British East India Company. Monopoly means, mono means what? One. Monopoly means what? Monopoly of trade. One and only power. To subjugate others and gain the power. In case of a business, trade and commerce. That was monopoly power of the trade. That was the aim of a British East India Company. That is why they started that mercantilism, to protect their trade from foreign countries. They were started mercantilism. What was their aim in mercantilism? They will buy the product in a less price and sell the product in a higher price. Then in order to ensure that, they formed a British East India Company during 16th century. Then it was a private company which is run by a board of directors. What was their aim? Monopoly of trade. Eliminate all other foreign from trade and commerce. From that field, eliminate everyone from that period. Then to become a one and only power. That is why it is known as a monopoly power. That was the main aim of whom? English East India Company. Listen, how they tried to set up their monopoly here. Listen, Captain Hawkins, many names are there. Captain Hawkins. Captain Hawkins reached India. In which Hawkins reached India? He was an ambassador of a British East India Company in 1609. in 1609. He reached India during 1609 and he argued, he requested to Jahangir to get he requested that to set up a trade company, trade center in a Surat. First one, Captain Hawkins requested to Jahangir to set up a trade center in Surat. But first time he was rejected that. Jahangir was rejected his request. But in 1612, Jahangir issued a farman with by providing a concession or a consent with a consent to set up a trade center here in a Surat. Listen, first when Captain Hawkins reached to India, he demanded a trade center in Surat. But at that time, Mughal Emperor Jahangir rejected that time. Then when during 1612, he had signed in a issued a farman. Farman means what? Royal edict. Royal edict by giving the permission of a trade in Surat. He gave a permission to set up a trade center in a Surat. That is the first. By step, Britishers are starting or subjugating or establishing their power here. Then next, then Thomas Rio to reached to India. Next one who? Thomas Rio. Thomas Rio, the commander of a James I, commander of a ambassador of a James I, reached to India. Then he got permission during 1615. He got a permission to set up factories in Agra, Ahmedabad and he got a permission to set up a trade center in Agra, Ahmedabad, then which are the other centers? Agra, Ahmedabad, Baroda, Bharuch. And Bharuch. Listen, now they are started to establish their company trade here. By one by one they are started to set up their trade here. First, during the period of Jahangir, who Captain Hawkins come and established their trade center here in Surat during 1612. Then in 1615, Thomas Rio, an ambassador of a James I, he reached to India and he got a permission. He got a permission from Aurangzeb to establish or set up a trade center in Agra, Ahmedabad, Baroda and Bharuch. Now the trade centers are increasing day by day. Listen, they established his set up that in during 1690. During 1690, they set up Thomas Rio set up a English trade center there in 3-4 places. Power is their centers are increasing day by day. No. Then next in 1660, demand for a silk was increased during 1660. 66. Demand for the silk was increased. Demand for the silk was increased. India is famous for a silk. In ancient we want a great tradition in the silk trade. Middle East, most of the Middle East were attracted by our spices and silks. Then that glory spread into where? In a European country. The Europeans or foreigners are attracted to India because of our spices and silk. Then during, what is the peculiarity of during 60, the demand for our silk was increased, especially chintz, calico and muslin. That is a variety of silk, variety of qualitative silk. Chintz, then calico and muslin. These are variety of qualitative silk which is produced in India. Then during that period the demand for the silk was increased. Then in 1619 Aurangzeb gave a permission to set up a trade center. To set up a, Aurangzeb gave a permission, or he issued a farman with the consent to establish a British trade here, especially in Calcutta. British trade here in then he gave a zamindari power for the Britishers. He gave he granted zamindari power to English East India Company. With there was an agreement. He will give a zamindari power to British English East India Company if they are ready to pay 3,000 rupee per annum per year. If the Britishers are ready to pay 3,000 rupees per year, Aurangzeb gave a permission for a zamindari system. That means zamindari, Rayatwari and zamindari we studied, I think. Ownership right for our land. Listen, now first they came to with the intention of a trade and commerce in order to establish their conquer or establish their power here. They were started one East India Company. Then Hawkins tried to set up a trade center here in Surat. Then Rio come and establish his power or set up the trade centers. First they set up trade centers only, but during the period of Aurangzeb what happened? Aurangzeb give a zamindari power to English East India Company. Zamindari power to English East India Company. Then they formed a Calcutta center there. What was their agreement? If the company is ready to pay 3,000 rupee per year, he is ready to give a ownership right of that area. Especially they formed 3 areas are there. Then which are the 3 areas? Govindapuram, Sadaunudi, Kolkata. Govindapuram, Sadaunudi and Calcutta. By comprising that 3 places, East India Company formed Calcutta. East India Company formed Calcutta. Listen, that leads to a conflict between who? Aurangzeb and Murshid Quli Khan. Murshid Quli Khan was not at all ready to give a zamindari power to English East India Company. But at that period, that means when it reached 1750, when it reached to 1750, Britishers dominated our trade. Listen, Britishers dominated our trade. That means around 75% of our goods are buying by whom? Britishers. They were dominated. 75% of our total products are under the control of whom? Britishers. Listen, now their power is increasing day by day. First they came to India with the intention of a trade and commerce. Then after that slowly they are started to set up their trade centers here. Again they are started to set up their ownership right of our land. Ownership right of our land. Then when the Aurangzeb issued the farman with agreement to what was his permission? He give a zamindari power. Then at that time, who was not at all ready to admit that when Murshid Quli Khan, that caused a conflict between Aurangzeb and Murshid Quli Khan. Then in 1756, Siraj-ud-Dawla, in 1756, Siraj-ud-Dawla, the commander of who was Siraj-ud-Dawla marched into Calcutta in order to protest, in order to protest against the zamindari power which is given by a Aurangzeb. He was against Siraj-ud-Dawla, marched to Calcutta. That means now the conflict become with whom? Britishers and whom? Mughal empires. Listen. Now the establishment of a company rule is started. Just introduction only over now. I hope everything is clear to you. First during the period of 1526, it was the period of Mughal empires. Then during the success, it was founded by a Babur. The successors of the Babur was a eminent and efficient persons. That is why emperors, they extend their empire into a large area or a wide area. When it reached into 1761, because of the inefficiency of the Mughal empires, that one shrank into Bengal, Awadh and Hyderabad. That means that big empire become small kingdoms. So small kingdoms. Then at that time, during the period of Mughals, who came to India? British East India Company, English East India Company came to India. Coming of a English East India Company. English East India Company is a private company. It is a private company run by a board of directors. What was their aim? Monopoly of the trade was their aim. Then in order to ensure the monopoly, they were started to set up the trade centers here. First our Mughal emperors are not at all ready to admit them. Then slowly they are started to give a permission for them. First they set up their power in Surat. Again when the Thomas Rio reached here, who was the commander of ambassador of James I, he got a permission to set up the factories there in the Agra, Ahmedabad, Baroda and Bharuch. Then what happened again? During the period of 1660, the demand for the silk was increased. Especially which are the famous silks produced in India? Muslin, calico and chintz. Muslin, calico and chintz. That means the demand for our goods are increased. When it reached 1750, around 75% of our total products are dominated by Britishers. That means their power is increasing day by day. They are slowly they are subjugating our land also with the permission of Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb issued a farman with the agreement. If they are ready to give a 3,000 rupee per year, he is ready to give the zamindari power of Calcutta to him. By which are the area comprises Calcutta? Which are the small areas? Sadaunudi and Govindapuram. Calcutta, Sadaunudi and Govindapuram comprises Calcutta. Then they got a ownership right in India. Listen, I hope all concepts are clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can ask to me. That's all. Have a nice day. Thank you.